Gamers, gamers, welcome back to another Wednesday night stream. It's me, your boy, JTV Live. Totally didn't miss the end of the countdown there because I was looking at game settings, but we're back with some more Planet Coaster, and we're going to be continuing our work on our lovely little Pumpkin Patch Park. Now, I have to admit, I've done a little bit of work offline. Usually I don't like to do too much work offline, especially for the stream parks. Like, I kind of separate my parks into two camps, right? I have my on-stream parks and then I have my offline parks, and I don't usually like those two to mix. Like, I'm never gonna work on an offline park on stream because I like to save those for the showcase nights. Which, speaking of showcases, we're going to have a showcase very, very soon of a new park that I have been working very, very hard on and have been working on for a very long time. And I'm very excited to show you guys. So that'll be coming in the next few weeks, probably coincide with the anniversary of Planet Coaster 2. Although I think I want to go back to Planet Coaster 1 on the anniversary. Just kind of see where it's at. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. That's in 2 weeks and it's fine and I'll think of something. But that's enough yapping. We're moving into the Pumpkin Patch Park. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the series, we're working for the fall months. I'm working on this lovely pumpkin patch. So we started with the base of Farmland Fiasco. That's one of the career parks. And we started off by RMCing the wooden coaster that came with this and created this lovely RMC coaster that has nobody in line because it's way back here away from everything. But the thing I really wanted to show off is last week we worked on a spinning coaster for this area over here, and you can kind of see it. And I went in and I decorated the shit out of this coaster plaza. This is probably one of my best coaster areas, so set your expectations super fucking high. But we're moving back here. So here we have Dust Devil. It looked like it said Dis Devil for a second there, but that's fine. So we've got this lovely coaster sign with some spinning pieces. And then I also went in and added like some Western scenery, some Western foliage, just sort of all around here. You can kind of see I also went into the line, added some wagons, this little camp here. So that way there's kind of like a little storyline going on. Then obviously we had to have a pumpkin. That's probably something I'm going to do later on is I want to put pumpkins everywhere in the park in like little areas. So maybe we'll work on that tonight as well. And then I also added these bridges for the queue and the exit path. And these are all just the wooden coaster supports just kind of placed throughout. And I think it came out really, really nice. I'm happy with how it looks. And I'm definitely going to be reusing this design in later builds and stuff. What's up, Robo? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing nice. That didn't make any grammatical sense, but you know what I mean. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. Anyway, so yeah, I've been working really hard on this guy, and I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. Oh, I also built this little mini train bridge over the canyon here. And then also went and did all the rock work and stuff. So I think the best way to enjoy this new coaster plaza is I'll give a nice zoom out here. We'll give some nice third-person shots. I need to make the camera move slower because I have it moving way too fast. That's what I was trying to figure out how to do in the settings. That's why I missed the key sensitivity. So if I put that at 1, that's why I missed the countdown. Okay, yeah, this is better. So we'll do a nice little sweeping shot, just kind of see all the area. We'll watch this dip down. Great 0G roll there. And it looks like oh, it's leaving the station. That's fine. Here it comes. Very excited. What's up, Rose? Welcome, welcome. It's been a while since I've seen you, since we've had you in the chat. How have you been? Ah. Spoilers. The best way to enjoy this coaster plaza is obviously going to be by riding it. So we'll wait for it to pull in, and we'll do 2 rounds on this coaster before we move on into the project for tonight, which is going to be a Intamin Blitz coaster. So that's what we'll be working on in a second. Hanging in, but good overall. That's good to hear. I'm doing good. Just, I mean, pretty much the same. Just hanging in there. My allergies have been bad the past couple of days. I missed stream yesterday because once work was done, I was so tired that I literally got home and went straight to bed. And I had a really bad headache yesterday. But other than that, I'm feeling a lot better today. Headaches kind of subsided. And I'm happy to be playing Planet Coaster 2. Same for you, Robo. Is it the oak trees? Because that's what it is for me. Once the oak trees start, you know, spraying their juices everywhere or whatever it is they do, my entire like neck up just explodes. I feel like Mark Hamill from Kingsman. Some of you will get that reference. So allergic to fall. That's a mood. I haven't really been commenting over this POV like I normally do, but that's fine. Hey, Rose got the reference. That's good. Just sneezing and having a runny nose. Yeah, that's pretty standard for me as well. Like my nose will just turn into like a river randomly all of a sudden. But now that we've done a kind of third-person ride through so you guys can see all the interactions, we'll do a nice first-person ride. And nausea warning for this, and I'll also disappear for this one, because I think people like that. I do. If I was watching a coaster POV live, I would want the full POV and not some box in the corner. So we got this great launch up into this wonky, like, non-inverting top hat thing. Nice little bunny hill there. Would you ride this, Rose? Rose hates roller coasters, for people who don't know. I think this would be the perfect ride for you, Rose. I think it's a nice intro to thrill coasters. Look at how much fun everybody's having. I haven't either, Robo. All of the... Well, not all of them. The only inverting spinning thrill coasters, because I think these are Mach. I'm pretty sure Mach makes these. The only 2 I know of are Ride to Happiness, and that's in France, which I haven't been to France, and I'm not really planning on going to France. That sounded way meaner than I meant it to. But that's in France. And then the other one is Time Traveler. Time Warp or Time Traveler. It's one of the 2. And that's at Silver Dollar City, which is in Missouri. Which, why the fuck would I go to Missouri? Like, what reason would I possibly have to go to Missouri? So, I haven't been on them either. But I do like building them. And I've definitely gotten better at building them. My first spinning thrill coaster was not good. This one, I would almost call perfect. Not to, like, you know, pat myself on the head and pat myself on the back and pump up my head or anything. But I would say that this spinning thrill coaster is close to perfect. But I also added, like, some nice little touches. Like, I have this piece is a thruster piece, so that way it starts you spinning. And it pretty much guarantees that you never go over this first drop here facing forward. And then this bunny hill here is actually, you can see it kind of has like a slight curve to it. And what this does is it kind of whips the spinning cars. And again, make sure that you're not going over that forward. And then like over here, this is slightly outer banked, and also a turn into the drop ensures that you don't go over the drop forward. So those are some spinning coaster tips for you guys. Ride to Happiness is in Belgium, not France. I'm fucking stupid. Thank you. Also, what's up, Brow Mike? How are you doing? I will say I'm way more likely to go to Belgium than France. I've been to Belgium once. I spent like a night there, and I absolutely loved it. Belgium pretty pog. Here's a roller coaster for you, Rose. Slight tangent, but this is the I'll call this the Rose. This is the Rose friendly coaster. But yeah, I need to go. I need to do when I say when my YouTube channel finally blows up and we get that G Fuel and Redact Dev sponsorship, I need to do a European theme park road trip, and we will do a vlog series, and I might even live stream. I don't know how Europeans feel about IRL streams, and I won't know how they feel about IRL streams in 2030, which is when we'll finally blow up. I have it all planned out, but that'd be fun. It's because I would especially like Fantasia Land, and I'm totally drawing a blank on all of the European theme parks that I want to go to. Energylandia, Efteling, Thorpe Park, Alton Towers, Euro Disneyland, even though it's shit. I wanna go and witness the shit for myself. Oh yeah, the chocolate of Belgium is fucking peak. Like, after eating real Belgian chocolate, I totally understand why Europeans think our American chocolate is ass. Because A, their chocolate's way, way better, and B, there's also an actual scientific chemical reason for it. America puts citric acid in their chocolate, which we started doing during World War II as a preservative, so that way the chocolate could survive the transatlantic and transpacific transportation. So that's why a lot of Europeans think our chocolate kind of tastes like vomit and don't like our chocolate. So never let anybody tell you that you don't learn things with our streams. We are an educational stream. And you will come away smarter. That's what I tell people. Also, what's up, JP Gaming? You better say that I was here before you were popular. Dude, you know what? I'll make a plaque. I'll get a little plaque of it will be a "they were here when" plaque. And it'll be you, Robo, Crazy Emma, Rose Lily. Who are all the other regulars? I shouldn't have started listing regulars because now I'm going to look like an asshole for not remembering all of them. But all the other ones. One Shot. They got to be on there. Let's see. I think I want to place this. I'm trying to think as far as like sight lines. I think right here, kind of in between, because this is, I'm going to have a path here, and then this is already a path. So I think like kind of line it up right there and then bring it back. I did know that, Brow Mike. I do recognize when people are new. I may not remember names, but I'll recognize names that I haven't heard before. Thank you, JP. I appreciate that. I try really, really hard. Let's go here. R. How fast? Okay, 41 I think is perfectly reasonable speed for this first little launch here. Like there. Like there. Not to be mean, half the reason I joined when I first met you is because I wanted to show you my blueprints. Hey, dude, I respect the hustle. I don't care why you joined. I just care that you stay. It sounded better in my head. And I can also think of several instances in which I would care quite heavily why you joined. I won't list them, but you guys can have fun with that bit yourselves. There'll be a self-insert bit. Just leave the coaster like this. Just a launch into a sideways bunny hill. All right, G's are looking good. G's are a little rough through here, so I'm just gonna kind of do this little move. Okay. 3.7 is a little high, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm just kind of making this up as I go. This is mainly just going to be like a spaghetti bowl. But eventually I want the launch to be facing this way, I think. Okay, wow. I thought for sure that the lateral G-force would be too high on this, but no, it's the vertical one. Which is a little bit taller. I just had to make sure that the curve wasn't too tight. Just like that. Do you not have the sorcery pack still? Hey, that's fine, dude. I mean, I still don't have Battlefield 6, so we're both kind of in similar positions. Oh, you fat-fingered caps instead of shift? I've done that before. Also, I just have, like, twitchy fingers naturally. That's why I'm constantly, like, clicking out of first-person cam in this game. It's because I'm constantly, like, twitchy fingering right-click. That time was on purpose, but I think that this barrel roll is a little too tight. I think I might have needed to do 16-foot pieces. Okay, maybe not. Maybe, but also maybe not. I think I might have overextended a bit. Okay, yeah, this is more. This barn's gonna move, so I'm not too worried about fixing it. Sees more elevation. Okay, here's a good spot for the 0G roll. Or I guess it's more of a barrel roll at this level. Boom. Okay. Yep, one last little pop of airtime. And then, how fast was it going? 38. Okay, so if we go to block section and then do 38. Okay, and then here's where we start the spike. Yeah, pretty much just like that. Although that's going way too fast. So I think maybe 20 should be good. Now, the goal is for it to never actually stop at this block zone. This is more just to have extra trains. Mr. Rose is loving Battlefield 6. Yeah, so is Mason. JDM Mason. He loves it too. I think he should change his name to JDM Mason, honestly. JDM Blackout is cool and all, but JDM Mason I feel like really fits. Especially if you know what JDM stands for. Speaking of blueprints and stuff, actually I have a Parkin working on that. Want your opinion on? Nice. Hell yeah, dude. I need to like come up with a system for like viewer submissions. I think at this point. It'd probably be good to have. Okay, that works perfect. That works perfect. Alright, so this is a great first half here. We just need to do some smoothing. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Because, again, with these coasters, you really need to be testing them throughout. There we go. Smooth. That's what I mean, JP. But still, I would need to figure out like a process for that, I think. Let's see. Boom. I'm a little worried that this piece right here is a bit much. So I'm gonna kind of... Nah, that doesn't really work as well. Okay. We'll see. Maybe it's not. Ooh, F1 park? Nice. I had an idea for like a F1 coaster. I haven't really done much playing around with the idea. But I did have an idea for like a cool way to do like an F1. Because I was thinking about doing maybe like a Hot Wheels coaster for the studio park. Or like a Fast and the Furious type thing. But I don't want to just copy the Fast and the Furious drift coaster, because even though I could do that in this game, a bunch of other people already have, and people who've been around for a while will know that I prefer all my coasters to be original. So like even if I am like recreating a coaster, I like putting my own little spin on it and not just doing like a one-to-one recreation. Okay. Now this, we're gonna move. Boom. I think 75. Then this one we need to build the spike in tandem, so we won't know the G-forces. That should be tall enough. Okay, I'm gonna pause it so that way we can get an accurate reading. Okay. This is just to test the G's on the approach and the spike, so this doesn't need to be a fully completed top hat yet. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty happy with all that. Three G's. Okay. We can make that a little shorter. Okay. We briefly hit 4 Gs, but I'm okay with briefly hitting 4 Gs. As long as we aren't breaking into 5, I think we should be pretty fine. Yeah, I know who Digital Dan is. I made a joke once to my friend. I was like, it's so fun seeing Planet Coaster 2 content in the style of Pyrocynical. Which I wasn't saying just because he was British. But his videos just kind of had that same, like, vibe to him. I was like, if Pyrocynical did a massive pivot and started making Planet Coaster 2 content, it would probably look like this. That is not a negative. I like Digital Dan's content. He can hit me up if he ever wants to collab. I'd be down. I built a roller coaster from the other... I built a theme park from the other side of the world. That's pretty fun. That's a fun idea. I think that would be good for SEO. Hit me up, Dan. Let's make magic together. Worst. I purposefully chose. I was like, what is the worst phrase? What is the worst way I could phrase this? Hmm. So we need it to come this way. Also, we're not doing that thing. Also, did we fail? Did I make it too tall? Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm like, I haven't seen the coaster come by in a while. 30, 20. 30, 20, 26. Let's see what the G's are. Okay. Oddly enough, this needs to be slightly longer. All right. Let's see how this goes. I think we can just pull this curve out a bit and fix that 4G problem. Okay, this just needs to be shorter. Not that far. I think 90, 97. Okay. Negative G's all around. Oh. Yo! We got a perfect valley. Dude, this is gonna... We just caused a county-wide incident. I think that, you know what? I think that is worth some applause. I think this is way more impressive than if we had nailed this top hat. Look at, and also, proof it's not paused. Look, you can see the other rides spinning in the background. I nailed that shit. Digital Dan has to be... Okay. Alright, so we just need to make this shorter. I think 33. Boom. That might be the first Planet Coaster 2 moment to make it to the shorts. Okay, it made it over, but it's still going really slow. Am I able to... That's an interesting idea. I might just need to make the launch a little faster to make these G-forces work. That's an acceptable top hat speed. I just think this needs to go down in a bit more. Like that. Boom. Easy. We can just dig a little ditch. I'm fine with digging a little ditch. There it goes. Perfect. Okay, so now before I forget, we need to kind of grab this whole apparatus. Just kind of widen it out. Not too much. Definitely needs to be a little wider. Now, gotta smooth all these connections. And this should hopefully... Actually, I think I need to go the other way. For this piece especially. Pull it more out that way. Okay. So there's that. And we come down here. Now, what do I want this first turnaround to be? Maybe... I think just a big... outer banked. 29, so like 26. Okay, that's way too sharp, but I'm gonna look at it anyway. Let's see. Yeah. -1 is too much. Also, this is a bit much. Okay, that is a huge that is a huge outer baked. But I think it should work. Boom. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's still way too much. Sustained -1 Gs is insane. Okay, I think we'll have to do something a bit more normal. I feel like we haven't done a banana roll in a while. And a big old banana roll could be kind of fun. Ooh, I know. So 39, so 20. think I can start the turn a bit later. I'm doing a non-inverting Cobra roll, for anyone wondering. Why won't it let me just do 4? Really? This game does get kind of annoying with the track limits sometimes. Is that correct? Yeah, okay. I was a little confused. I'm like, is that going the right direction? It is. Yep, that's correct. Boom. Boom. Okay. Okay. Ah. Boom. What's up, JDM? I was listening to a Trench reaction video, and the guy likes the hype more than neon gravestones. I mean, that is kind of fair. Like, I mean, neon gravestones, I kind of feel a similar way. I feel about that song a similar way I feel about, like, We Cry Together by Kendrick Lamar. Like, really brilliant song, but it's not really something I'm gonna bump in the car, you know what I mean? So, like, I feel like that's kind of fair, being like, I would kind of prefer to listen to the hype than Neon Gravestones in a lot of situations. Sorry, not to, like, immediately piss on your Wheaties the moment you enter chat, JDM. I mean, yeah, and so is Neon Gravestones in a way. Different kind of trauma, but it's like, both of it's like, I don't want to think about serious social issues when I'm sitting in traffic, you know what I mean? I kind of just want to hate the person in front of me and listen to Tool. Like a normal person. Okay, now you're just being semantical. Nah, a true man of culture. Okay, Mr. Tool. I was gonna say a true man of culture, like, they're gonna be bumping like Burly Oz in traffic. You know? Actually, that's kind of wildly fitting. I live in the DC area, and there are a lot of times in which case I'm sitting in traffic, and it does kind of feel like the DS era in a lot of ways. traffic song. We should do a traffic song playlist, like as like a joke. Is there like a national playlist day? We could do a live stream trying to formulate the best traffic playlist of all time. We could do... I actually think I'm gonna do this. 43. Alright. It's just Istanbul by There Might Be Giants 20 times in a row. Dude. that would be so good. That'd actually be a fun TikTok. That'd be an easy TikTok to make. Like you and a guy are sitting in like a car. Nobody steal this idea. I have it on video that I came up with it and I will see you. You and your guy are like sitting in the car and you see someone in traffic like jamming out. And it's like, oh, I wonder what he's listening to. Just cut inside the car. Istanbul's Constantinople. Way to tie in our off-stream conversation, JDM. Mason and I were talking about novelty songs before stream began. And Istanbul did come up. The song, not the plays. Hell yeah. Thank you, character. Or Char Blinks. Holy fuck, that is the most amazing username I think I've ever read. That, you know what? That gets a clap. That's amazing. Char Blinks and Blinks 182. Holy shit, there's another layer. Oh my gosh. The parfait of usernames. I'm way ahead of you, JDM. Or actually, more accurately, you're way behind. That is an insanely good username. Char Blinks 182. We love you too, Char Blinks. Just go like Glen Coco. You go, Char Blinks 182. Gosh, I wonder what Glen Coco's up to. Does anybody know? Does anybody know what this fictional character from a teen movie from 2008 is up to now? Or no, Mean Girls was before that. I think Mean Girls was like 2005. Gosh, I'm old. I say that as if I wasn't fucking 6 years old when that movie came out. Glen Coco died? He did not go. I could have come up with a better joke than that. I know I could have, but my mind's a little bit split right now. He died of pancreatic cancer. Damn. I can't. Thanks for like listing one of the diseases that I literally like. How am I supposed to riff off of pancreatic cancer? I am trying to think of ways to riff on pancreatic cancer, but it's not working. I don't know. Maybe not joke about cancer. I don't know. Maybe don't bring up shit that I can't riff off of. You just don't riff. Yeah, I know that. I know not to riff. It's hard not to riff, though, when we're talking about Glenn Coco dying from the character from Mean Girls. Or the actor. I don't know which one you're talking about. But either way, it is kind of hard not to be in a comedic mood when talking about Glenn Coco. Like, you should have said he got hit by a bus. That would have been thematically accurate. And then that I could have at least riffed off of. And we can't make this part too long, otherwise it's going to screw up our block section plan. Also, I completely forgot to check if smoothing out that curve actually helped our G-force issues, but I think it did. Let's see. Okay, 1G is a bit much as far as vertical G-force goes. And also 4Gs is definitely a bit much. Okay. I think what we just need to do is do one. I don't think we did a reverse reverse pass of smoothing. There were a lot of hard phonemes in that phrase. Ah! This is going to be just kind of like a typical camelback. Or, depending on the speed, I could have another block section here, which would just increase the capacity. And also, I'm going to need to alter this a bit. We're going to need to make it go this way. Because we don't have enough space to go that way for how wide this turn needs to be. Then I think we can have the brake run kind of underneath the top hat. Okay, so this does need to be much wider. Just means not coming down as far. Istanbul was your jam in middle school? Nice. I remember. What you making? What you making for food? What are you and Mr. Rose dining on tonight? Dude, still sustained 4 Gs. Chicken pot pie? Nice. I do like a good chicken pot pie. Ah. Oh, did I make this too? Damn it. Okay, that's fine. We just make this go out more. There we go. Ah. Okay, what do we got? Okay, briefly tapping 4 Gs. 25 miles an hour is perfectly respectable. Then... Let's go! I was like, please catwalk be on the left side, and it is. That works so well for us. Okay. Brake target speed. Not 2. We want it to be 20. And the deceleration rate is a little decent. Okay. That should be good. And then let's go ahead and build the end brake, final brake run. That way we kind of don't have to awkwardly connect it back. So I'm thinking just like this. And we kind of need it to be a flat final brake run because of this curve here. Okay. So that's where we're trying to get back to from here. So let's get rid of the catwalk. I was listening to a Wendigoon video and he mentioned the city of Porta, which made me happy because I remember it from GeoGuessr. Not the one in Portugal. Oh, that's a bummer. Speaking of GeoGuessr, one of my new favorite hobbies is watching those like body cam videos on like Midwest safety and stuff and skipping past the part where they say like what state the incident took place in and then trying to like guess what state they're in based on like the same clues that I would use in GeoGuessr. Just instead of the Google car, it's a cop car, and instead of a 360 camera, it's a dash camera. It's very fun. I would highly I would highly recommend. It's definitely a lot more exciting than GeoGuessr. At least in my experience. Porto, the one in Italy. Bummer. And then there's Port-au-Prince, which is a completely different city as well. Actually, I think Port-au-Prince is an island. Don't take my word for it, though. Alright, we need to check the G's. Give me the G's. Welcome back, JP. Nice. Okay. Damn. Now, what do we want to do here? We already did the non-inverting Cobra roll. I don't know why I couldn't think about that. So let's do... Let's do a dive loop. I like a good dive loop. Who doesn't like a good dive loop? Not a high five element, more of just like a pass through. I do not feel like dealing with timing. Like, that's one of the main reasons I haven't done a dueling coaster, like a large dueling coaster, is it's just like, I do not feel like going through all the trouble of getting the timing right on that. Because, like, I would love to do one of those roller coasters like, I think it's Twisted Colossus, the racing RMC at Magic Mountain, where, like, how it loops. So, like, you ride both sides of the racetrack in one ride, you know what I mean? Like, I would love to do a ride like that, or something like Stardust Racers, but I know the amount of work that would go into doing that, and it's an amount of work that I just don't feel like putting in. Straight up, hashtag too lazy to try, unironically. I think that's a YouTube channel, and I think he's problematic, so I apologize for bringing that up, if true. Oh, the park ends. Fuck. Okay. So I just can't have a nice... Ooh, 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 ooh. I know. What are you guys talking about? Go down. Nope. Ah. Gotcha. How dare you talk about other streamers in my chat? Don't give them free promo here. Damn it, okay. You can do it like this. Ban time? Yeah, JDM, get the ban hammer out. It's time to go King DDD mode. I still need to go to Cedar Point. I went when I was like 10 and I wasn't tall enough to ride anything. So it doesn't really, I don't really count that. Yeah, I don't think getting, yeah, you do not. I'm not gonna, never mind. If you're going to be banned, it's not going to be Mason doing the banning. So you don't gotta worry too much about that. should work. In theory. And then I'm thinking wave turn. And we'll have to remove this tree. God. I need it to come... Oh, wait, no, we need it to end there. Okay, no, this isn't going to work. So... Okay. Yep, that is way too fast. So I think we need to do 20 and then bring it down to 16. And then keep it at 16 the whole time. And I think we also need to go like this. And actually maybe keep it at 20 the whole time. Six Flags, Illinois? Hell yeah, dude. Hey, my home Six Flags was Six Flags America, so... RIP. Although I will say, having been to Six Flags... Or Six Flags Great America. Or Six Flags America. Whichever one was in fucking Maryland. Having been there multiple times... It is entirely unsurprising that that park closed down, and there's literally nothing that Six Flags could have possibly done to save that park, because the main issue was that it was just in a horrible area. Like, Six Flags America was one of those parks that was, like, still kind of stuck in the 80s, where, like, people just went there to do drugs and nobody did their job who worked there. Like, everything there was, like, that movie Adventureland with Jesse Eisenberg and Emma Stone. If anybody's seen that. So, like, it is not surprising to me that that park closed down. Illinois, hell yeah. I say as someone with no experience in Illinois. I just know people from Illinois, and they're pretty cool. Saw that awkward AF movie. Ayo, we got finally. Usually when I reference something, everyone's just like, no way, that's a movie. I remember liking it. I mean, I watched it when I was like 17, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. I remember liking it. But I also like those weird comedies. Also, it wasn't Emma Stone, it was Kristen Stewart, right? I think. Yeah, it was Kristen Stewart and Bradley Cooper. Congrats on leaving Illinois. I feel like that's something to congratulate. Shit. Okay. How is this coaster way faster than I thought it was? Oh my gosh. I need to lock in. I need to lock in and actually one thing that I'm going to do to help us. Let's go ahead and load up both halves. The block section thing did not do what I thought it would. It's fine. Okay. We needed to get all the way to the second half. Okay. Did we not make this long enough? Shit. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe we'll just... that. Okay. Alright, and I totally missed the bit we actually wanted to test. Oh, he's a mod, Char Char. JDM's one of our mods. Our loyal, scare quotes, mod. Actually, no. Take loyal out of scare quotes. You defended me in the trial when I was being charged with forcing my moderators to fight for mod privileges. So you're the most loyal mod. You say unpaid, I say volunteer, all right? I like to go with the fantastic games model. If anybody remembers the day before. And then, right, it's coming along to the second half here. Voluntold with the option to say no. I voluntold you to be a moderator and explicitly told you if you don't want to, you can say no and I won't be upset. So you cannot blame me. Nope. Okay. Okay, and then in theory, doing this should... Yeah, and I might have to do some trimmage somewhere along here. But in theory... I think I'm definitely going to have to do some trimmage. But in theory, I think it should be good. And if I'm going to do trims, I think right here is going to be the place. Because I did notice that the G's were a little tight in this sort of helix figure 8 thing here too. Calling Maya. Yeah, get both mods in here to disagree with, to be insubordinate. Okay, so one thing I noticed was this needs to be way more banked. And then this also needs to be slightly more banked. Okay. So now Let's go through this entire second half. We got a smooth. If you paid her, she would not be at work right now. Oh, for sure. It would be better for everybody involved if I could pay my mods. And I told you, you will get a split when I monetize. That just hasn't happened yet. But it will. I'll get a you know what? I'll just get a Fortnite code, JDM. Because pretty much anybody can get a Fortnite code. You just need 1,000 followers on at least one social media. And I have 1,000 on TikTok. I can use code JTV Live in the Epic Games Store. And I get money. You don't get a discount, but I get money. I need to look into doing that still. And I'll give you some kickback from that. Yeah, get some of that Fortnite money. Here. Here. Go like this. And once this like last bit of smoothing is done. Also, I need to see how fast it's going through here so that way I can trim it a bit. Do like this. Okay, here it comes. 56. 54. So if we trim this to 50, I think that'll be good. And that will lessen the G's on this. And also make this ending bit just a little smoother. Okay. I think that's everything smooth. I don't think I'm forgetting an element. We definitely... Yeah, we almost definitely smoothed this, but I'm going to go through it again just in case. Ah! Not over there. Also, we can... that. Okay. Make it a bit more aesthetic. Just like that. Nope. Down. Up here. Which part are you talking about, Char Char? I'm assuming you're talking about a part I well moved past at this point. Not like this. Towards the end. Yeah, this bit. I kind of wanted this to be a little bit wonky. Actually, what I really need to do is raise it. like there, and then just kind of smoothing it a bit. Because I wanted it to kind of be like a twisted bunny hill, but I'm just worried about the G's being a bit much. But I think I'm ready to ride. These guys, just need to move these right over here. Okay. Then this is good here. I'm actually gonna move it a bit closer, like there. Okay. We'll build a station for this eventually. I'll probably do that offline. Okay, I think I could just shrink. Or, no, that should be fine. That should be enough clearance. This is definitely gonna need to be moved. Looks like I can't though. I think if I move it here and then shrink it, that should be a bit more this way. Okay, that should be good there, but I need to check this clearance, which should also be good. I'd be surprised if this clearance isn't good. Yeah, that's plenty. Okay. So we've got that. And then this guy I'm just going to full on delete. Same with this. Actually, we're just going to... Boom. Nice. Then push. That should be good there. Then everything else... Oh, right here. Okay. And that should all be good. So let's go ahead and put in the correct number of trains. So it says 4 max, so we'll do 3. And let's give this baby a whirl. I think that's base Char Char. I used to do a similar thing. I would play Planet Coaster 1 on my lunch break. That's how it would work on a lot of my parks, is I would do offline stuff at work. But now that I post weekly, I mainly focus on editing videos on my lunch break. Oh, we didn't smooth that. Oh, and we didn't smooth that. I think those trims really helped out. Okay. One thing we gotta check is vertical. Okay, let's see. What are we hitting? Okay. I can't quite tell, but it doesn't look too bad there. It was definitely a bit much though, so I'm just gonna boom boom boom, and then this part needed smoothing. Just do this whole thing. And then this exit needed smoothing. So just kind of this And grab this. I really like this barn launch. I think it's really fun. So we've got... Also, this top hat came out really nice. I really like that entry. It's very exciting. So I think that this coaster is good to go. Aside from the color. So, let's see. What colors are we missing? Got orange over here. We got 2 orange, yellow, green. So we don't have a lot of blue. So what if I did? Let's make this green a medium blue. And we'll make it blue. True blue. And then maybe gray. And then maybe a sapphire. And then make these firm. Yeah. I like that color scheme. I don't really know what I'm going to name this coaster, but I like the color scheme. So now, like I said, I'll probably work on the, what's it called? The station offline, but we can at least kind of get this going. I think I'm going to do it like that. Copy this. I'm gonna go like this. Can I put a stamp? Okay. All the way down to the ground. Perfect. And same over here. Go down to the ground. Beast. We're gonna come back over here and let's get that queue going. Okay. Can we... No, okay. I was gonna see if we could stamp build. Let's do it like... maybe not that quite like that. Perfect. So then we'll come all the way down to here. And then... this. Okay. And we can add something to fill space there. Then... Okay. And just have this... here. And this will be our cattle pen. Have to keep that in mind. There, then, there, then, there, then, there, then, there. And I'll add some lights in this little cattle pen here, and then just some extra props around there. But, uh-oh, we also should probably, get this sorted. And I'm gonna have a path, like I said, coming this way. So, I think that looks pretty good. And I think one last thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna change the coaster colors. I'm gonna keep that white. This is gonna now be a going to be white. This is gonna stay silver. This is gonna be a dark red. This is gonna be a dark red as well. I just changed my mind. And then this is gonna be so dark it's almost black, but it's still gonna be red coated. We'll call this Barnstormer. That makes sense. Because there's a barn. And then this will be a barn. Actually, speaking of coaster stations, one of my designs might actually work for this. This guy. Low key. Nah, because it doesn't match the other style of all the other farm buildings around. It worked over here, but it only worked over here, really, because this kind of feels like its own area, almost. Whereas this is more, like, integrated with the rest of the park. So, and then I think this also leaves us room to have a path. Maybe not coming this way, but have a stuff over here as well. I still need to figure out what we're going to do with the water park. We'll probably work on that next week. But for right now, I think that's a really good stopping point. We don't really have enough time to go start a new coaster. But I have plans. I think I still want to do a themed motorbike coaster in this area. Maybe we'll start working on that on Tuesday. Just at least get the track layout kind of figured out. But I still want to do that here. I'll probably do a wooden coaster over here. And then this area is going to be the water park. But really, these 3 plots are like the only spots we really have left to work with. And that's another reason I wanted to do this park, is this one was a lot smaller scale, so it felt a lot more reasonable, like we'd actually be able to finish it during the fall months. So I think we'll end stream the same way we started, with one more ride on the world's most badass and aesthetically pleasing spinning coaster of all time. As some have said. Fair nausea warning, but we'll chill out with this, and then we'll go through the final business before closing out. I'll disappear for this. Brilliant. Brilliant, if I do say so myself. And with that, I think that is a perfect way to end stream. So I will say, thank you guys so much for watching. I will not be back. I will not be back Friday or Sunday. One of my best friends is getting married this weekend, so I'm going to be attending that wedding. So there won't be a stream Friday or Sunday, but I will be back Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time with some more Planet Coaster 2. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll continue work on our pumpkin patch, start some new coasters, maybe start the water park. We'll see. But the best way to make sure you don't miss any of our amazing streams, especially on weeks like this week, where we have some days off, some days on, is of course to subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I go live and every time I upload a new video. I'm live 4 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I upload a new video every Monday. This past Monday was Repo. Definitely go check that out. Really, really good video. Very happy with how it came out. Very funny, lots of shenanigans. So definitely go check that out. And then this upcoming Monday, hopefully, I'm assuming I'll have enough time to finish it, but we'll see. But the next video is going to be Van Life Project Zomboid Part 2. So you're not going to want to miss that. And definitely go check out Part 1 so you're caught up for when Part 2 drops. But make sure you like the videos, like the streams. It helps them do well in the algorithm, helps them get seen by more people, helps this channel grow, which I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful weekend, and I will catch you guys all on the next stream. Stay sponge, gamers.